Alright, we're back. This may not be the exact same day that I left because, well, I forgot to save. I wasn't very far into the game, into the month, though, and, auto-saving every month, so not a big deal. Let's get back to things, though. Yeah, I need to build up my gold reserves again. Military's very expensive, though. I think I might actually reduce the size somewhat. Get rid of some of the irregular infantry. Yeah, that helped. Not by that much, but it helped. Especially if I decide to conquer this state. I need to be wary of Austria-Hungary, though. Maybe wait until they're busy with something. Oh yeah, I probably should start a law project. That would be a good idea. Right. Democratic values. I'm going to try to get political rigidity down. Excellent, the Bessemer process is available. That's going to start making it so that steel mills are definitely productive. Okay, chemistry will be researched soon. And then I can go for intensive agriculture and then start focusing on other things. Oh, but we've got Canada now. Oh, of course, I went for the 10% chance. It always does some fun stuff like that. Never fails. Oh good, political rigidity went down. Of course, the Social Democratic Party is the one. That gets all the votes. And now crew am mass migrating to here from Liberia. Oh, the first demographic stage is starting to finally progress forwards. Does help that the pharmaceuticals industry is starting up. Yeah, the liberal movement could use some more agitation. None of those are in favor of it. But yes, the situation is starting to become more and more politically unstable, which is why the moderate liberals are now the strongest group in the Liberal Party, as well as the market and national liberals having more than any of the institutional groups in there. Of course, the aristocrats, the ulema, and the village interests are all still pretty strong. Goes. There we go. A far lower rigidity is preferred. To me, anyway. I much prefer it myself. There we go. Wow, this is bad. This is atrocious. Yep. No matter what I do, it's gonna be bad legitimacy for a while. Fun. Senegal's independent. That's a potential thing to work with. How many troops do they have? Would they be defended? They're technically part of the Grand Bloc Coalition. There we go. I cannot annex the country. The Netherlands would almost certainly defend them too, despite their tiny, tiny military. They probably have good okay. Show me barracks. There. Skirmish infantry, okay. Yeah, the Dutch would definitely get involved. There we go, chemistry's finished. It's going to be easier to research stuff now. British Congo is one. But yeah, Senegal's independent now. But yes, rigidity is right now dynamic. Probably won't stay that way, sadly. Things are looking up there. Yep. Which is why the vote share has reduced, because rigidity makes interest groups less likely to support things. It takes a tax break. Okay, I need to move off of state religion if I want to get public schools, which is pretty important. Thankfully, the aristocrats don't care about this. It should be much easier to move to freedom of conscience than it is secularism. Communists are now influential. They might accept 46% chance. Still rather wait until the Netherlands are distracted by something. Or try anything though. Sometimes in a bit? No, just raise their autonomy. Savoy is independent. Can't exactly fight the Paris Commune, can I? Well, I mean, they can try. Hmm. Perhaps I shouldn't have done that. Oh well, I might as well try. Yeah, it's just transit rights, so... I mean... For a doomed uprising? Sure. Against a doomed uprising, I'm perfectly fine to take some territory. Plus their manpower is extremely limited. Why shouldn't I? It was inevitable. Ooh, this could be helpful. This could be very helpful. Yes, turning him into a nihilist? Gosh, what a lovely event. Means I can move from monarchy to republic. Without too much difficulty. Excellent. It's an opportunity I will not pass up. Gain as much occupation as I can. In order to further lower their war support. Hopefully the timing's just right. I can win an easy battle like this one. In order to make the war support in this war go down faster. I highly doubt I'm going to be fast enough in order to get them to do anything. Senegalese Free State. Oh, there you are. Okay, fine. I'll stop attacking. Oh. So it works like that, huh? Oh, that's what happened. Fine. Ah, the Dutch took it over. Alright. Should actually try taking advantage of intensive agriculture now that it's been researched. Whoops. Forgot about that. Where is... Here it is. Yeesh. Okay, I can unpause construction now. Recent developments have reduced the cost of construction, so that's nice. Good law it shall be. There we go. Now I need to somehow get this past the ruler, who doesn't like schooling. After all, he's still an aristocrat, even if he's a nihilist. Well, there is the option of going for a republic. Not a lot of people like this, unsurprisingly. Not sure where this 12% is coming from. Oh, the movements. Of course, that's where it would come from. But he'll stick around for a while, right? Yeah, he's only 27. Probably won't die anytime soon, so... There's enough support for this, so that... No. Drat. Won't work. Okay. The aristocrats are not, in fact, opposed to moving to regressive tax, so it's not a problem to go to that. Probably. Probably. Yeah, but I'm gonna get mass parties and union federations soon. Yeah, Dutch... I mean, Dutch Senegal doesn't really change much. The Dutch would have defended them anyway. In fact, they gave over the Dutch provinces too. Despite the fact that Dutch Senegal is Catholic French still. Protestant Dutch. Okay, the Dutch might help. Venezuela is guaranteed to assist Denmark. I'd rather not get the Dutch involved. They're too strong at the moment. Let's go after Darfur instead. I do wonder if... No? I thought Darfur... No, not Darfur. British Congo would have come in, but I guess that did not end up happening. Fascinating. Oh well, stuff happens. Stuff happens. Didn't go up. Yeah, so the end result is that the easiest one to go up against is Dutch Cynical. Lovely. Just lovely. And wait until the Dutch are busy with another war. Oh, he has a revolution that needs to worry about. Wait, when's the next election? Because if I undermine suffrage early enough, then I might be able to finagle things. Later this year. No, okay. Not worth it then. Just want to speed things up. Easier time. Good. I would have been thoroughly annoyed if that didn't end up being the case. That's 35%. Oh yeah. this looks atrocious. Utterly awful. What the heck have those Europeans done to the southern half of Africa? What have they done? What awfulness have they wrought upon us? Yep, this is still the most, the grouping with the greatest legislative ability. What are you supposed to honor and consider? Oh, Siocrat, right, you love peasant taxes. Oh yeah, because I conquered a state in the Nile area. I got declared interest. Might as well get the last one bordering my home region. Strategic region, yeah. Yeah, once this comes into play, I can do two things. First off, build a couple more construction sectors, speed up economic growth further. That's first priority. Second priority is to start building up the military. Well, okay, maybe third. I want to get 2 more levels in the university. Perhaps I should have checked average wages before committing that hard to that. Well, it does seem to be cheaper. No. Workforce. Okay, clergymen do actually get. But, well, I prefer secular academia anyway, so. Can't have no health system enacted. Oh yeah, right, I should. Public crimes, there we go. That frees up a tiny bit more space. There. Income dramatically improved. This time I set up a couple more construction sectors here. Well, do I have the qualifications for that sort of a thing? Probably. I'm sure it'll be fine. Besides, plenty of tools are being produced here. Yeah. I do need the railway in Nigeria in order to afford increasing the amount of railways, specifically in the coffee plantation. That'll free up enough labor in order to get the steel mills fully handled. Just why I'm building it there. Does seem I might need more motors, so yeah, okay. Don't really need to expand the steel mills though. Mechanized workshops. Useful. Very useful. Time to jump up production of textiles again. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, the furniture manufacturers are a lot tougher to keep consistent, thanks to the fact that they use alloys. I mean, what is left? 4 levels? Okay. I can go swap to soil and rich farming for everything. There we go. Perfect. I can give the moderate liberals radical Democrat. Yes. Yes. There we go. Out of administrative points. Let's improve upon that. Okay. That's 7.2%. With how unstable things are at the moment, yes. Greatly enjoying that. Yeah, Radical Democrat gives me a lot of options. They're now in favor of elected bureaucrats, which makes it much easier for me to try to pass this. Problem is, the modernization movement isn't particularly interested in trying to help me push. I guess I can move to racial segregation. Yeah. Build a few more construction sectors in order to get construction growing dramatically. What do you want? No! Oh yes, I should also swap up administrations to secular. It's a bit more pricey, but again, this weakens the dilemma to the point where I can ignore them. Which is my personal preference, because they can be a bit annoying. Yeah, variations is in research use. It does seem like through natural spread, well not natural spread, but socialist technologies, egalitarian technologies I should say, definitely have a tendency to spread, so. Okay, I need to be careful with Portugal. Right. might intervene should I choose to go that direction. The anarchist movement keeps fading away and reforming. Oh, the liberal movement is agitating again. Hee hee. Okay, I could drop this consumption tax. That puts me at enough to bolster. If I can get to that quantity relatively soon, then I can move towards advisory body. And from there, it should be relatively easy to do what I need to do. Moving to Supreme Legislature will resolve all my issues. Well, maybe all of them. There might be some issues with having low political rigidity. That's fine. I can play like that. Oh, I have a trade privilege with myself. That's cool. So helpful, so amazing. So amazing. There. I should get far fewer racial discrimination events. Cultural discrimination events. With that. Okay, there we go. Now what? Oh yeah, Supreme Legislature. Yeah, a lot of those that are coming in seem to be. Anyway, Supreme Legislature. Shoot. Okay, maybe if the movement becomes more notable. Otherwise, I will have to move to separation of powers instead. Which won't lower my rigidity. It does mean I can start ignoring the ruler more. It also gives me more government size allowance, so I can do more fun stuff. The aristocrats still hate this. Not quite as much, I guess. Fine. I can't try again for 90 days. Hmm? Are there other movements than the liberal movement? Radical movement, liberal movement. Why didn't that... You know what, I'll just stop touching it. I guess the stronger move is easier. Movements can exert more pressure on rulers and whatnot from that. At the very least, it makes it a lot easier for me to handle things that the ruler doesn't like. I just need a super majority. 2/3. I would much prefer the ruler not have any influence. But also that minus 20 political rigidity would be great. But yeah. Brazil would intervene. Yeah, no. I have no need of batteries right now. Thanks. It's all pop consumption, isn't it? Yep. I should be able to get the public education system through. Should be able to. After the separation of powers goes in. So you should be able to get enough super majorities to handle anything. You're an authoritarian. Why are you supporting the liberal movement? Probably because of your interest group. Ion list specifically. I'll let that go to the next step and then call it for now. Dink. Sadly, the last phase isn't any faster than the earlier phases. Picture stuff is going to be slower anyway. Especially since the number of radicals has relatively reduced. Next, I'm going to need to figure something out. What to do next? Bureaucrats, maybe? Actually, more likely schooling. Public schooling. Aristocrats hate it, but I can work around them. Anyway. Finances are looking good again. Swap to per capita tax, the regressive tax system. It has slowed down my construction somewhat, because peasant tax is good for that. It's corvée labor, specifically. But it's doubled my tax income. So, I've been working on finding ways to spend that. I've already added 3 more construction sectors here in Benin. I probably should add another. That should be higher. Like 200, yeah. Oddities. Sometimes because our system has a few oddities built in. It's fine though. Yeah. I mean, I still have states with plenty of population available. It's just that some of them don't have population available anymore. Or less population. But I have been getting a couple mass migrations. So, immigration specifically. I haven't gotten... People have not been leaving my country. Apparently I'm among the best living standards of African countries. So for less happy countries, yeah, they start coming in to me. Sure, I am 61, but... I am pretty close to passing separation of powers, which will finally allow me to start weaning off the veto power that the Caliph has. I did manage to give him Nihilist through event, so should I be able to start pushing towards Council Republic? Not Council Republic, regular Republic? Yeah, I mean, Council Republic, but... Should I be able to start pushing towards regular Republic? It will be slightly easier. Problem is, pretty much every major interest group hates the idea of a republic over a monarchy, including the moderate liberals, who happen to be my largest interest group now. It's a combination of votes and increasing instability in politics, which is nice. Unstable politics means change, and the current state of the country isn't very good. After all, I have to move towards a proper army. Okay, so maybe professional army would be easier than... No, that's exactly the same level of difficulty. It's still very much needed, though. Military reform. I need to move off of... Because the biggest problem is that... Well, everyone knows that peasant levy sucks. I need to move to professional army. However, BPM also has officer composition. And aristocratic officers sucks. Minus 25% military research speed is awful. I need to move to professional officers, which gives me... Yeah, which lowers the political strength that aristocrats have, further kneecapping the aristocratic interests. And also gives plus 25% military research speed. It's the best option out of all of these that I have available. Purchase commissions as just straight political power from wealth. And not that many people like it. The ones that like it tend to like professional officers more anyway. There's also politicized officers, which also has low military research speed, but does increase populist movement attraction. Still don't like it. And elected officers is a council republic thing. So, no chance of that happening anytime soon. It is exceptional for morale, though. Yeah. I think I'm going to do one more session today, so... Yeah, I feel good. I feel fine for it. So, I'll see you again soon. Probably not in video. I think this is number 5. 5? Yeah. No, this is 6. Wow. Yeah. Should be 6. Assuming I'm counting my numbers correctly. Anyway, I'll see you again next time. Till then, bye. Yeah, I've definitely been doing these for too long. They're all over an hour. I guess I want to play the game.